Good morning. Plans to send a UN peacekeeping force to Croatia appear to have hit more problems. One of the main Serbian leaders, Milan Babic, has denied that he agreed to the deployment with the Yugoslav federal government.
The United Nations plan to deploy some 10,000 peacekeeping troops also requires local Serbian militias to disarm. This has brought strong objections from the leaders of Serbian enclaves inside Croatia, who claim it would leave them vulnerable to Croatian extremists. Last night, the Serbian leader from Krajina, one of the most militant Serbian enclaves, said the agreement to accept the UN peace plan was reached in his absence. It was invalid and unacceptable. The meeting was called by the Serbian President Slobodan Milosevic. The confusion over its outcome has exposed deep divisions within the Serbian camp.
2 men have been murdered in Northern Ireland in the past 24 hours. A man delivering bread in Dungannon was shot outside a supermarket this morning. And last night in Belfast, a Catholic taxi driver was killed at his home. A gunman burst through his door and shot him in the head. Police are questioning 2 men. The main political parties are assessing the impact of the row this weekend over the Sunday Times report about contacts between senior Labour politicians and Soviet diplomats. Labour accused the Conservatives of running a dirty tricks campaign. But this morning, Labour returned to their poster campaign, this time criticising the Conservatives' record on education spending. The Scottish Nationalists have launched their plans for the Scottish economy after recent polls which show that half Scottish electors want independence. Their deputy leader predicted independence for Scotland after the general election and said those who doubted this were in for an enormous surprise.
The most important thing that's happened in Scotland in the last 10 years is that the Scottish people are no longer afraid of the lying propaganda that's laid upon them by London. We don't think we're subsidised junkies. We are aware of the great wealth of our nation.
The United States has repatriated 400 refugees from the Caribbean state of Haiti. The Haitians fled in boats after an army coup on the island last year, but the American courts ruled that they were economic migrants with no right to asylum. Coast Guards are now taking them back to Haiti. England's cricketers have won the second test against New Zealand to take an unbeatable 2-0 lead in the series. They took just half an hour on the final day to take the last 2 wickets, and they won by 168 runs. England's captain says his team has dispelled criticism that it was not good enough to win a series.
We're obviously delighted that we've won the match, and on behalf of myself and the team, I'd like to say, thanks for all the support we've had over here. And I think we've proved that we didn't come over here to warm up for the World Cup. We come over here to try and win the matches.
That's it. More news at 11 o'clock.
Good morning. Now the main news from the Midlands. The inquest is due to begin today into the death of Ian Gordon. He was shot dead last August during an armed police operation at Wellington in Shropshire. The Crown Prosecution Service has decided no legal action is to be taken against the officers involved. The family of a West Midlands teenager who died from sniffing aerosol cans is today helping to launch a government campaign against solvent abuse. The parents of 14-year-old Jason Cumberledge from Brownhills say families need to be made more aware of the dangers. They're backing the £1.5 million television campaign. A milkman has helped rescue 2 children from a house fire by catching them as they were dropped from a bedroom window. The family of 4 all escaped from their home at Daventry in Northamptonshire, but the fire has badly damaged the house. In Birmingham, interviews have started for hundreds of jobs on offer at the Paris Euro Disney Resort. A recruitment centre has been set up at the Hyatt Hotel for a wide range of posts. Applicants do need to speak some French, though. Well, the weather generally dry and bright with sunny intervals. The top temperature 7 degrees Celsius. Now we go over to Bill Giles in London for the national weather details.
Very good morning to you. The weather has completely changed overnight, as we promised you it would do. We've got a cold front pushing its way down across the country. That's brought much cleaner air behind it. The isobar is fairly closely packed together, so the wind's quite a feature today, although the strongest of the winds are now pushing their way across the North Sea into northern parts of Holland, into Belgium as well. The wind's easing down just a shade, and then, as you can see by the size of the arrows, the stronger winds coming back into the western part, I think, through this evening and through tonight as well. Though still at the moment we've got a good deal of cloud in southern parts, still with some patches of rain around. I think that's going to clear away from most places in the next few hours or so, except probably the extreme southwest, especially Cornwall and down in the Channel Islands as well. But further north are much, much brighter than you've been used to. A lot of sunshine there, but there will be some showers tucking in down into Cumbria, more especially up in Scotland, where some of them could well be quite wintry. And as you can see, more in the way of cloud and rain coming back into these western parts through this afternoon. Very much milder than we've been used to in the south. They're still a bit cold, of course, in those snow showers further north. And then this evening and tonight we're going to have more wet and windy weather pushing its way back in from the west, turning out to be quite a bit of snow, I think, particularly up over in Scotland. That's it from me. Bye-bye for now.